Hey Elevator, and welcome back to this meditation practice where we'll be teaching you the calling back your energy meditation. This is so important to do on the daily because anytime we interact with someone, whether in the physical or they're just thinking about you, a little bit of our energy gets pulled and drained and strained, and we don't realize the effects it takes on us over time.
This part is so important that Britt already brought up, and that is the fact that you don't want to just be doing this after you've gone out to a concert or you've worked all day or you've been around people.
Or you're burnt out.
That's not when you want to do it, because the thought process alone is enough to call out energy. We can't see energy that well, right? I mean, there's so much stuff going around in my environment right now, but I can't see it, even though it's there. Thoughts are things, thoughts are energy. And so when other people are thinking about you or when you're thinking about them, especially by the end of the day, you have to call that energy back. We always talk about energy being unlimited, but it's not if you're constantly giving it away. It has to be a part where you draw that energy back into yourself, especially if you're in any kind of service-based industry whatsoever.
It's so true. It actually makes me think of people who reach out and say, hey, I had a dream about you. I'm like, give it back, give it back, give it back. And sometimes I wake up tired and I'm like, well, I guess I was busy in someone else's reality.
Yeah, so it's important to realize that that function actually exists out there, but it is very important for you to also do this anytime you get out. Anytime you go somewhere there's a lot of people, especially if people are stressed out or it's frantic or there's just a lot of movement going on, any kind of party, anything like that, restaurants, just call that energy back and you'll notice how you easily feel better. So this is super simple. We want to keep this as simple as possible so that you can do it anywhere at any time. And so all you're going to do is close your eyes down, remove the visual field from yourself, take a couple nice big deep breaths just to center yourself. And what I want you to do is I want you to reach your hand out like you're going to pull a rope in toward you. And I want you to imagine that there is a energy that comes out of your solar plexus, comes out of your stomach area. And I want you to begin pulling the energy that you've let out, because that cord goes out and attaches to everybody that you've been around, everybody that you've thought of. You've been sending out energy all day nonstop, even if you didn't want to do that. And so at this point, I want you to start pulling that back and pull it in with that rope. Just imagine yourself grabbing it and pulling it back. And what you notice is because you control the energy, it's easy for you to pull it back. If you find yourself in a way where you're pulling and it seems too tough, it's because you haven't managed to control it yet. And so you want to find a way that you can grab that energy and just you pull it into you. By the time you've done 5 pulls, it's all returned back to you. And when you're ready, you just open your eyes, notice how good you feel, notice how your energy's already come back, notice that you may feel a little bit more relaxed.
Everything's brighter right now.
Boom.
Everything seems brighter.
It's so important. It's so damn important to be able to do this. Like I said, if you're in a service-based industry, you spend time around people or you give a lot of love, you're an empath, even if you've just been around a good friend and they've been going through something, call that energy back. Your friend's got plenty of energy. They don't need your extra energy. They already experienced that while they were with you. And so now that you've gone, they're nourished. And so pull that energy back into yourself. That way you can give it out again freely as you so choose.
Oh, this is a very important activity to do at the end of the day or throughout the day if you're feeling sluggish and tired. But also, here's your pro tip. Make sure that you surround your aura in a glowing white light before you even interact with anyone in the day. Like when I walk out my front door or I walk into the front, or if I walk into the front door of someone else's business or home, I'm always imagining sealing up my aura in that beautiful golden light so that I don't have to do as much energy retrieval at the end of the day and feeling drained. This helps me sustain my energy.
Yeah, so let us know how you like this. Let us know how it works out in the real world. It's all great to be in theory, but what matters is when you go out and practice it, what happens? Like Britt said, every time you leave the house, every time you walk into another space, and every time you get back home, you should be doing these exercises so that you feel good much more often. You'll notice that energy is very much real. And so when you start calling it back to yourself, you'll feel like I can do anything I want to because I'm nourished again. I have everything that I've given right back to me, and I can go give even more now.
You know what I notice when I am energetically strained or I've had too much interaction with people and not enough protection or energy management, I get headaches or little migraine, like pockets of migraines. And what I find myself doing is pulling out that energy on my scalp and in my mind. Our crown chakra is off when we are out of alignment. And so it's very fascinating. You can pull the energy even out of your mind mind or out of your third eye when all of that energy excess or overload, especially if you're an overthinker. We overwork our mental faculties, and that brain is a muscle. And when you overwork a muscle, it gets tired. And when it gets tired, it has a lack of energy. And that lack of energy tends to be either a lack of energy or an overabundance of energy can create that tension or headache.
Yeah, so it's beautiful once you learn how to control this, once you learn how to move the energy, once you learn how to bring it back to you, once you learn how to give it out. That way you can, you can control that superpower. You can say, okay, now I'm going to be the one who's able to do this. That way I don't feel the same way that I've always felt. If you feel down in the dumps a lot, or you've been in a funk a lot, you'll notice that a lot of it has to do with energy management.
So let us know how good you feel throughout the day, protecting your energy and calling it back. Leave a comment below, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.